let's talk about what might just be the most revolutionary technology of our time, data science. Now, I know that sounds like a bold claim, but stick with me. You'll see that it's not really about crazy, complex code. It's about something way more fundamental, finding meaningful patterns in a world that is just, well, drowning in information.
Okay, to kick things off, let's just look at a number. This number is almost impossible to really wrap your head around. 2.5 quintillion. That's a 2.5 with 18 zeros after it. And that, believe it or not, is how many bytes of data we are generating as a planet every single day. This absolute fire hose of information is, as you can imagine, both a massive opportunity and a pretty incredible challenge.
So the big question is, where in the world is all this data even coming from? I mean, it feels like just yesterday we were impressed by megabytes, and now we are literally swimming in a digital ocean. So let's take a look at the sources.
Well, the short answer is pretty much everywhere. It's not just our computers anymore, not by a long shot. The sheer variety is staggering. You've got the Internet of Things, or IoT, connecting everything in our homes. Our cars are generating data with every single mile we drive. And that's not even counting the endless river of information from our social media feeds, our smart coffee machines, and literally every app on our phones. Trying to make sense of this flood with, say, a simple spreadsheet? Yeah? No way. It's impossible.
And that right there brings us to the central question, doesn't it? With all this raw, messy, chaotic data just flying at us from all directions, how do we possibly turn all of that chaos into something useful, into actual knowledge? How do we find the signal in all of that noise?
Well, this is exactly where our topic for today comes into play. The answer, the entire discipline that was created to tackle this exact challenge, is data science. This is the framework we use to make sense of it all. So, what is it, really? Well, at its absolute core, data science is the process of pulling out useful insights from data to solve real-world complex problems. Now, the key phrase there is useful insights. It's not just about collecting data for the sake of it, it's about finding something tangible, something actionable, that helps us make smarter decisions.
Right. Think of it like this. The whole point is to surface the hidden insights that can help companies make smart business decisions. You can almost imagine data scientists as these modern-day digital detectives, hunting for these incredibly valuable clues that are buried deep inside mountains and mountains of data.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Now let's get into the how. What's actually in a data scientist's toolkit? What does their process really look like when someone hands them a gigantic, messy pile of data?
Well, it's a very structured process. It always starts with extraction. That's just grabbing all the data from all those different places. But then comes wrangling. And let me tell you, this part is absolutely crucial. People say it's like 80% of the job, just cleaning up messy, inconsistent, incomplete data to get it ready. After that, we get to the part that feels like magic, modeling. This is where data scientists use algorithms, basically special instructions for the computer to comb through that clean data and find the patterns. And finally, you have evaluation, where they stress test the model to make sure its findings are accurate and, actually useful.
And holding that whole process up are two core disciplines. On one side, you have good old statistics. Think of this as the foundation. It's all about understanding the past, using math to describe data, test out ideas, and see what we can learn from what's already happened. Then on the other side, you have machine learning. This is the predictive engine. This is about teaching a computer to learn from all that past data so it can start finding super complex patterns and make predictions about the future, all on its own.
All right, that's enough theory. Honestly, the best way to really get a feel for the power of data science is to see it in action. So let's look at a couple of real-world examples of how this whole process leads to decisions that affect all of us, often in ways we don't even notice. This has got to be one of my all-time favorite examples. So a data analyst at Walmart was just digging through sales data and found something, well, bizarre. They noticed that right before a hurricane was predicted to hit an area, sales of strawberry Pop-Tarts skyrocketed by a factor of 7. 7! There's no logical reason for that, right? But the data didn't lie. So what did Walmart do? They started stocking extra Pop-Tarts in stores ahead of storms, and they met that weird, unexpected demand. It's just a perfect example of a hidden pattern leading to a really smart business decision. Now, here's one I guarantee you've experienced. You ever wonder how Netflix just knows, how it knows exactly what you want to watch next? It's not a psychic, it's data science. Their recommendation engine is constantly analyzing everything: what you watch, when you pause, what you quit watching after 5 minutes, what you rate highly. And it uses all of that to build this incredibly detailed profile of your tastes.
Then, it uses that profile to predict, with almost scary accuracy, what movie or show is going to keep you glued to the screen. So, you see, from hurricane snacks to your next binge watch, data science is this incredible tool we use to uncover the hidden connections that are constantly shaping our world. I think the big takeaway here is that these patterns are absolutely everywhere, quietly influencing our choices and our businesses every single day. And that, of course, leaves one final, interesting question to think about. What hidden patterns are shaping your world?